Hey guys, it's Mike with another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today we're going to jump into our champions and actually use a lot of the materials that I've been stacking up over the last week to start maxing out champions and making them a little bit better so we can press on in further content. I did get stuck in Forbidden Dungeon on floor 92 with all the Kaliks that basically revive themselves and you have to stun or freeze or some sort of crowd control them. Could not get through it, but I only got a few tries at it before the end of the season. I'm almost already back there now, so hopefully by upgrading some champions it'll help us progress in areas like that. So we'll jump in there and see what we can do. When I'm upgrading champions, I always start with Morgan just because I would prefer to bury materials into her before I use them other places. The only exception to that is in the skill level upgrade. I did get all of the upgrades on the A2 or the passive 2 and the passive 3, and on the passive 1 max use is +1, passive cooldown time +7. So basically in an extremely long fight she'd be able to use this twice, but most of the time my fights aren't that long, so I don't know that that's going to be a huge benefit to utilize all of these resources. You need 60 of these serpent stones to do it, so it's like, maybe I'll do that a little later. So that is the one thing that on that level I haven't really pressed on. But when we go over to a relic here, so we can take a look as far as she's 6-star, she's 6-star awakened, level 60. On the relics we do have some awakening levels hopefully we can get to right here. So we've got 50 of these, we'll get her awakened level. So we see that the stats that you start putting on here just make her a little tankier, a little more durable, and every time you can add something to it, it's just going to be that much better. So we probably just added almost 100 attack. We added probably about 60 defense and probably about 500 or 600 HP, and we're 1 star away. We need another, let's see if I have any inventory owned. I have 42, not going to be enough, right? Because we need, oops, I guess we're using them. We're using them. So 42 and 20 is 62, and I needed 90. So now they're all right there apparently. So bonehead move, but whatever. We're getting closer to her 6-star there. On the skill level up, I have been fairly unfortunate. It's been spreading me out. I really want to get this guy here, get an additional 10% attack gauge decrease to be 70% chance on that. So we should be able to get it here, leveling this up. Of course we didn't get it. We're going to come back over here. What did we get over there? So no number of damage taken, increased turns +1. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. I want this. That's what I want. Okay, and we do have enough to get through it. So now her fire relic is completely maxed out with the exception of awakening, which is going to be pretty good. So we just need to get that last awakening there with 38 left, 28 if you do math, and then we should be good to go. So for Morgan, I have pulled her Frost Relic. I have not started working on it yet, but until I get a lot of champions kind of maxed out, I'm trying to avoid spending extra energy in the secondary relics. The other thing is her Flame Relic is the one that does all the turn meter manipulation. So with her and Sergius as a combo, the Flame Relic is really where I need to stay. So until I get later in the game when the Frost Relic has its unique benefits, I'm going to sit tight on that. Next, we're going to move on to Anya. I've been putting a lot of energy into Anya, seeing how we went to Chivalry 4, buried some resources in her. We are not quite available for the Awakening to level 6 for the 6-star. If we go, actually I want to start on her, there we go. So we're at 6-star 60, we're at 4-star awakened. We do need to spend some time in the stag favor dungeon, but unfortunately with the events going on, I didn't have extra stamina to go in there when it was open. So we're going to have to wait until we have a chance to get in there. We've got to get these 40, and then I think the next one is 80, if I remember correctly. So I have quite a few of these to get before we can get her to 6-star awakened, but that will open up that other gear slot as well. If we take a look at her passives, we do have her completely maxed out on the passives, and chivalries we're obviously at 4. Equipment, we don't have this guy opened up quite yet, so that will be something we get with that 6-star awaken. And then on the relic side of things, we are on level 57. But we will go ahead and we're going to advance max level here to 60. That is going to use pretty much everything we've got there, get her dialed in. Storm Relic, I think, is her best relic. I think there's case to be had. I think all of her relics are strong. The Flame Relic is also a really good one, but I have committed to the Storm Relic. So we're moving into that space. On the advance, we're there. Awaken, we're there. And skill level up. So we have one skill left to level up here. Pick up an additional 13% damage. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So all these upgrades are just going to add what she's bringing to the table for damage on a Storm Relic. So currently my biggest damage dealers are Cormac and Bedivere, and they're both Frost champions. So having a Storm champion to do some damage is going to be a huge benefit to the account. As we take a quick peek at Sergius here, we did get the abilities that we wanted upgraded already, so we're not really putting too much more into him. He kind of is a one-trick pony. Like, you really just want this A3 to speed your team up, and that's pretty much what he does. Not doing a lot of damage, not doing really anything else. He's really just there to give you that turn meter boost. So as long as you're getting that, he's good to go. Really, his equipment and attack speed is going to be where it's at. Yeah, even getting him to 6-star Awakened where you add this banner, any of the primary stats really aren't going to be that effective for him. You could get substat of speed on it. That would be the best thing you could do. And then obviously you could complete the set. I'm not even really sure which set would really benefit him that much. Because he's just there to speed your team up. Like, that's really all he's there to do. So taking a quick peek at Nika here, we do have one ability in the skills to level up still that's going to give us passive cooldown time -1, which would be a benefit for her. On that, when using her skill 3, we use a skill 3 all the time, so that would be pretty cool. Obviously don't have those pieces for her. So taking a peek at Nika's relics, there's not a lot for me to do. I have not been able to upgrade these skills. Coming into here, I think would be pretty big. Max HP recovery +1, you can get an extra 5% HP recovery. As well as a little more damage, which she actually does hit pretty hard with this ability. And then number of attack speed, increased turns +1. So, okay. So that would be for the Serpent's favor. So that'd be pretty cool too. So getting these would be a big benefit. Probably moving into my next priority in order to get those done. But in order to do the skill ups there, I have some books available. I actually might be able to, I might have some of these. Yeah, we got 16. So we're gonna get one, maybe 2 rolls into here and see what we can get. Hey, we got it in the ability we wanted, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and use another 5 of those. Okay, and that will do it. We got on the A2, what do we get here? Amplification rate +20%. So that jumped up to 80% from 60, so that's pretty cool. So we'll take that. What does amplification do? Target's turn further increases vigor. Okay, so that's actually kind of interesting. I usually do not use her A2. I usually just go A3 to A1, but that is going to be a benefit as well. So we're going to keep working on that. As we move over to Cormac, he is probably my primary damage dealer at this time because he has the furthest along as far as all of his abilities. We got his passive skills completely maxed out. He's fully maxed out on his Power Up, Advance, Awaken, Chivalry. He's fully maxed out, so he's doing pretty good in that space. On the relics, the Frost Relic is the way to go. I have been upgrading the relic. It is also fully maxed out except for the skills, so hopefully we can get a few more. Right here, you can see there's 60% extra damage waiting for me to roll it, and I just got 30 of it, so that is awesome. And we didn't get it that time. What do we get over here? More damage here too. I rarely use this skill. I just go between the A1 and the A3 here. So hopefully we can get that last roll on that A3. We're maxed out there. 50-50. Oh, we're out. Oh, we need more books. Need more books. Okay, so, but we did get 30% more damage out of him, so that's going to help out quite a bit. Moving on over to Rosier, we got her Power Up, Advance, Awaken, skills up. She's maxed out. She is not maxed out quite yet on the Chivalry. I need one more copy of her, so we're super close to that. And then on the Relic side of things, we did get her Flame Relic, which for single target damage is definitely the way to go. I believe one of our other relics has the AoE bleed, which is cool as well, but for where I use her mostly in Gorgos, the single target is definitely where you want it. So we're going to go ahead and get the skill, ideally launching right into here, get the hook of death rate up, as well as that bleed rate up would be huge, as we get up to 40% and 80% chance to land those bleeds. So we're going to give it a shot, see how we do. We missed it there. We maxed out this guy. Again, one of those I rarely use. It probably is a pretty good skill. Doesn't help me out too much. We missed it again. We're going to go here. We have to get it this time, but I think that's the last one. So we have 2 more we got to get in here, but we are kind of stepping her up and getting her closer to the finish line. All right, we jump over, take a peek at our Bedivere here. He is level 60 maxed out. His does need 1 more advancement. I was in the favor dungeon trying to get those. Where is it? Oh no, Awakening. Sorry, 1-star Awakening. I did barely get him to 5-star, but again, with the events going on, I wasn't able to put the stamina in there to get these 80. But I do have pedestals kind of stacking up, so waiting to get that extra banner on him. Getting a Pierce banner on him would be amazing, just kind of ignoring some of that defense and doing a little more damage. I think would be a huge help. As we go upgrade his skills, I have not upgraded his skills yet. So we take a peek at these guys. Got passive cooldown, random target +1. Attacks 1, and so he could hit 2 random targets. So that'd actually be a pretty good one there. What was that? Was when he uses his when attacking. So anytime he's attacking, he could hit an additional random target. So that'd be pretty big. 50% chance to trigger upon a critical strike. Passive activation rate +50%. So that's going to take it to 100% chance, and then the cooldown down. So that would also be a great one to get using when using skill 3. Which I typically use as scale 2 because it's a single target damage, but his skill 3 is an AoE damage, so that's not a bad way to go. While inflicted with a debuff, 100% chance to convert the debuff into crit damage increase, lasting for 3 turns. So that's actually pretty cool too. So those are the 2 that I've actually rolled into already. I think those are the worst ones you want. You really want these other 2, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and press on, get that one there. And we're going to get 1 more exactly. So we did max this one out, random target +1. Now we're going to hit 2 random targets, and we brought that cooldown down. So we're going to end up getting here with passive activation rate. So this is going to be a 100% chance for this to land now. So that is pretty cool. Oh, when he has a critical strike. So we need to make sure his crit rate's up for that to land every time. And then we do want that cooldown as well. So we're going to have to stack up 60 of those guys to get that moving forward on him. Chivalry, we're on Chivalry level 2, have some opportunities there to kind of step him up. And as we go into the Relic, we have committed to his Frost Relic here. I don't think I have enough. Yeah, I can take it to 58. So we'll take it up to 55. We're making some improvements on people. We're going to go ahead and take it up to 55. Get 70 more attack there, about 50 more defense, and 600 more HP. So that'll be pretty good. At a certain point, I'm pretty sure Bedivere is going to out-damage my Cormac. But with Cormac on Chivalry level 10 and all of his stuff maxed out, he's my guy right now. So, but Bedivere is a little better when I do need single target damage. He can come in there with his A2 and keep my vigor lower, as well as knock out some pretty heavy damage. So let's go ahead and awaken the Relic here. We're moving up, got a little bit. All these little incremental they're all benefits, and they all make a big difference when you start using the champion in different places. And especially when you can stack up 2 or 3 of these awakenings at the same time, you're gonna get quite a few stat boosts in that space. So we got a 4-star awakened. We are moving. I was gonna say we're out of gold. Oh no, we just went through 3 million gold. I had 8 million 2 days ago. Now I'm broke. All right. Well, we do have enough to actually push forward with a 5-star awakening for the Relic there. So we do have enough gold to do 1 of these skill ups. So we're going to go ahead and go for it and see what we got. We got it on the A1. That did increase his crit rate by 5%. So now there's 65% chance to get that crit rate increase, which is going to help him with his A2 when he crits. or I think it was his passive A2. When he crits, he gets the added benefit of that skill. So we need 100,000. We do have the materials to actually move forward, probably 1 or 2 more. So we jump over to K. Probably can't do a whole lot with no gold, but info, she's maxed out across the board here. Power ups, solid, advanced all the way, wakened all the way, skills up all the way, chivalry all the way. So she is another max character there. Jumping over to the relics. Her Storm relic is very effective. I have been working on her Frost relic as well. For the A2, it does the recovery disruption for Audrey, the Ice Bear. But I also started working on Accolone finally. So he'll replace her, and I probably don't need to spend any more time on that Frost relic, but it's there. We do have skill ups we could do on the ability here. Ideally on the A3, getting more damage out of there would be amazing. But I'd pretty much go between the A1 and the A3. So the A2 is not really something I use, but it is significantly cheaper to upgrade rare skill sets. So that's kind of nice. 26,000. We're running out. We got on the A2. Can we get an A3? Oh, another A2, and we're out of gold. We still have the materials to get through. We'll probably be able to max her out. Well, not quite. We get one more. We got one more. But we're getting closer, so we'll keep stacking those up in Cromcroc and the Master of Apocalypse, and then and get her dialed in as well. As far as rares go, I think that Cormac, Rosier, K are definitely rares you can invest in and feel really good about it. I think Anguish has some uses. Turin has some uses. I think Turin fell off for me once I got Nika, because Nika's just a little bit better all around. Like everything she does is just a little better. But there are going to be areas where Turin might just work a little better than Nika based on affinity matchups, or maybe they do areas where you're like, hey, you have to use all rares and defeat this content and stuff like that. Is going to be nice to have her on the account. I have been kind of working on Sarah in the background a little bit, although I haven't been able to really get her effective. I'm trying to get her to work in Weiskelag with her buff disruption, but I haven't really got that going. But I do think out of all the healers in the game, I think Sarah probably has the most utility. Between her and Turin is kind of 1 and 2, but I do think Sarah edges her out a little bit, and then Anguish here is also a great rare to work on. Everybody else, like Accolone and some of the other rares, they have specific use cases that are going to be beneficial, but it's hard to devote a lot of energy into them right away for that specific use case. You're kind of more looking for more of jack of all trades that can be great everywhere. Like here's Jarrett over here. He is a specific use case for Gorgos. I'd be curious. I doubt you actually even need him if you're running Vivian. So I'd be curious to kind of run that team and see how that plays out in Gorgos. Might be time for another video on that one. But that's going to be a lot of upgrades to the account as far as overall team power and what we can progress through. So hopefully that's going to make a big difference in some of these dungeons as we start moving through. I do see that Bedivere stepped up quite a bit. He's my 3rd most powerful champion now. So that's kind of pretty cool to see some of the improvements we made on him. And we do have one more improvement to make, maybe 2 improvements to make if we had some gold. So maybe I'll have to go do that and get that dialed in. But that is a pretty fun way to progress through the account. You're going to see a lot of gains. You just show up every day, do your chores, make sure you're getting through all the daily stuff, getting into your sealed temple. I haven't done it today. I got 7 hours. I better get on that. You get through, Master of Apocalypse or whatever you're doing. If you can only do stage 10 on the first boss, I would go ahead and do that until you can do stage 10 on the second, because you need those talismans just as bad. So you might as well be seeing how you only get 6 goes of this, you might as well be getting the maximum you can get and the best ones you can get per day. So I would highly recommend doing that. But we're going to roll through these battles here, get some more books on the account, and start stacking them up for the next time we make upgrades. But I appreciate you sticking with me all the way to the end, and I look forward to seeing you next time.